Be back. It's good to see everybody that I've seen growing up here, coming during the summertime to visit my dad, and seeing all the people I kind of grew up around, and happy to be back at the Twin Spires.
How did you end up not starting out riding here? Was it just you had a chance to go to California, and at the time?
You can blame that on Proctor. He sent me to Glen Hill Farm, and he said, "Son, you wanna be where the palm trees are." So he sent me out there. So yeah, that's why I didn't start out here.
So you decided the palm trees are overrated when they're only racing a couple days a week?
Yeah, big time. Yeah, if you're not on the steamers and only 2 days a week, palm trees aren't worth it.
And you hooked up with Hall of Famer and three-time Kentucky Derby winner Gary Stevens. And how did this come about, Gary, you being Drayden's agent?
Well, there was a little bit of musical jockeys out in California with his agent. Brad Pegram had both Mike Smith and Drayden since he started riding. He's had been his agent, and Flavien Prat decided to make a change, and I was aware of it. And I'd actually spoke to Drayden about a month before that had happened about a possible move here to Kentucky. You know, I've hustled book one other time for Drayden Van Dyke, or for Corey Nakatani 7 years ago, and we had some success at Keeneland, and I really wasn't interested in hustling book for anybody unless the right guy came along. And Drayden's been in me and Mike's corner since he started riding, and we've watched him develop as a rider, and he's become like part of the family, and just a good opportunity for me, and I think a good opportunity for Drayden. It's not easy always to break in here at Churchill Downs or in Kentucky, especially this time of the year. But he's got the Derby mount, unlike King for Wesley Ward, and after winning the Jeff Ruby. And Keeneland's tough. I mean, these New York riders come in, Irad and Joel, Luis Saez, Gaffleon, and Gaffleon, of course, stay here. But we knew Keeneland was going to be a tough meet for us, hoping things open up a little bit and we get some opportunities here. And the good thing, everybody here in Kentucky, they know Drayden since he was a kid in the summers on the backstretch here, and they all seem pleased to see him, and it's pretty cool for me to see the guys that he had relationships with when he was a young kid. Jim Baker, we worked for him at trackside the other morning. Everybody at the barn, you could tell that it was like a long lost son that just came into the barn. So we're looking forward to the challenges, and it will be challenging, but hopefully we can have some success.
Drayden, what about having Gary as your agent?
Like he was saying, he's been in my corner since I started, so he's been there for me for a long time, and it's cool to start working with him. And like he was saying, hopefully we can break in and get things rolling.
Okay, tell us about Like the King.
I think he's peaking at the right moment. I worked him the other day on the turf for Wesley, and with two serious horses in front of me, and I caught him with ease and could have went by him pretty easily too. And I think he's peaking at the right time, and in my eyes the race is wide open, and I'm actually really excited. I was telling Gary the other day I was dreaming about the Derby. I don't dream that often, and he starts telling stories about Chris Antley dreaming about the Derby, and so it's cool. Yeah, I'm super excited.
Did you dream that you won the Derby?
Yeah, I was coming from all different angles. I was coming from behind. I was on the lead. I was thinking about what I was gonna say in the interview afterwards. I was doing all kinds of crazy stuff, but yeah, I'm excited. It's cool.
Gary, you've been in a ton of derbies. Obviously, had a lot of success in the Derby. From that perspective, you talk about like the King.
Well, the unknown is the dirt. You know, he's had 2 races on the dirt, and they were unimpressive as a 2-year-old. But Wesley, he does things his own way, and he said as a 2-year-old he just would not work well on the dirt. He didn't have an affinity for it, and he put him on the turf and the synthetic, and he liked it. And obviously, over the winter time, his last 2 workouts. Prior to the Jeff Ruby, when he worked on the dirt over there, he worked in 59 and change. They were black letter works, and so he is showing an affinity for Keeneland's dirt track. Now it's not the same as Churchill's is, but I've seen a lot of really good turf horses be able to transfer that turf form here at Churchill Downs for whatever reason. If you want to try a turf horse on the dirt, Churchill Downs has been the place to do it in years past, no matter if it's what type of race it is. But I trust him, Wesley Ward. We appreciate getting the mount on the horse, and Mickey, for getting the opportunity. So, listen, anything can happen in the Kentucky Derby. I think we all remember Mind That Bird. We remember Animal Kingdom coming from winning the Jeff Ruby and winning for Grand Motion, winning the Kentucky Derby. So, I think the plan is to ride him pretty much like he did in the Jeff Ruby, let him settle, make the one run, and if the race falls apart, who knows, maybe we'll be smiling at the end of the day.
How big is it for Drayden, even though so many people know him, but still his first time being based here in Kentucky, having a Derby mount?
Well, I think it's very important. Anytime you get on the program on the big days and have an opportunity, and like I said, the Derby's wide open. It is every year. I don't care. You can do all the handicapping you want, but the Derby gods have already decided who's going to win the Kentucky Derby, and that's what's fun about the weeks leading up to the Kentucky Derby is the anticipation. And Wesley worked that horse on the turf the other day, and there's a reason he did that. He said, "Look, it's easy on him. I know how he's going to come out of it. I want to stiff work." These were the instructions. I was there when Drayden got him, and he said, "Make sure he gets a good stiff work and gallops out strong. This is his main work, and he'll come back with Julio Garcia for his next 2 works, which will just be maintenance workouts this weekend and the next weekend, and the rest he gets to sit on cruise control until he walks out of the paddock. He's got no more worries until he gets legged up on him."
This is great.